Good day everyone and welcome to my video. I am Lorraine Grace F.S. Pinorio, and for today's video, we will be discussing about the materials or example of materials and principle and procedure of material development. So come and join me as we explore the world of learning material. So the principle one is that the learners are exposed to rich, meaningful, and comprehensible language and use. So the example material here is the poem, specifically the poem of Cecil Francis Alexander, All Things Bright and Beautiful. So what will the students do in this material? So first, student will read the poem with the guidance of the teacher. Next, they will be grouped and given time to read again and discuss, and after that, they will answer the question being asked through their group representative. So this kind of methods this kind of materials will help improve students' reading skills or expose students to reading and comprehending a text or a kind of poem or text rather. So this will help them in reading skills. Of course, with the help of the teacher, how will they read the poem in on how pace, is it in fast or slow, how they will pronounce the word, and of course the comprehension where they will be asking by the teacher about the poem and they will answer it through their So the principle 2 is to maximize their exposure to language in use. They need to be engaged both affectively and cognitively in the language experience. So the example material here is story, specifically the story of the gift of the Maggie. So what will the students do in this kind of material? So students will be given time to read the story. After that, they will identify the themes, moral, and characters in the story. Then they will share also an experience that's similar to what happened to the character, and also student will identify some words that new for them, then use it in a sentence based on their understanding. So this material helps to improve or help to discover a skills of students into analysis and of course the feelings or the emotions toward the students. It also engage students into the story since they can able to relate themselves to the character. That is one of the activities that I mentioned, which they will share their experience similar to what happened to the character. And the analysis, they will analyze the story, really analyze the story since they need to know a theme, moral, and characters of the story. So it also here apply the analysis in these identifying new words and use it in a sentence. It's linguistic analysis wherein they will structure a sentence based on what they understand to the sentence they identify in the story. So the next principle is the principle 3, which language learners who achieve positive effect are much more likely to achieve communicative competence than those who do not. So the example materials in principle 3 is the documentary clip by Cara David entitled Kapalit ng Katahimikan. So student will watch the documentary clip and share their ideas, feelings, and insights. Then they will be grouped and discuss about the video they watch and identify an issue based on the video and answer the question that is presented to them. With the use of authentic materials, it helps students to expose into natural language in a real-world context. It helps them how natural language used in real world. And it also helps them improve or enhance listening comprehension on how they will listen critically to the clip to understand the video and to understand or identify the issue that they will be discussing for their presentation. It also helps them in improving or enhancing their speaking comprehension wherein they would presented their identified issue into their classmate comprehensively So the next principle is the principle 4, where second language learners can benefit from using those mental resources they typically utilize when acquiring and using their first language. So the example material used in principle 4 is the songs of Olivia Rodrigo. So the chosen lines of Olivia Rodrigo's song will be presented in front together with a jar. The student will write the line that explain or represent their life, experiences, or a particular event of their life anonymously. After that, the students will put the paper inside the jar and everyone will pick it up and explain why they think their classmate relate this line to their life and give them an advice. So this kind of materials and activity expose or help students develop a meaningful language use wherein they can able to use text to express ideas or to communicate their emotion or situation towards the lines of Olivia Rodrigo. They can express and show their feelings or whatever event in their life through a specific line only of the song. It also encourage or explore the text and develop their own interpretation in the line that can present their feelings or their experiences that they experience in life. The next principle is the principle 5, which language can benefit from noticing silent features of the input. And the example material is the textbook, where student will be provided with a text that available in the textbook. Then student will read the text and highlight the important information of the text. After that, they will summarize the ideas and present it to their classmate according to their interest, like song, poem, or report. These materials develop the students' creativity as well as meaningful use of language wherein they can incorporate the text into interactive activities such as making a poem or making the text into a song, a lyrical, to express the ideas they summarize in the text. For the last principle is the principle 6, which are learners need opportunities to use language to try to achieve communicative purposes. So the example materials in principle 6 is articles, where students will be divided into groups and they will be given different topics available in the articles. Then the group will be assigned with different tasks. One with the news report, another is to have a role play, another is to have a blog, and last group will have a radio broadcast. So these activities will help them expose into a real world context using the language that they learn or language learning. So through this, they can able to use language creatively through the assigned task and with the use of the topics from the articles that they have. And those are the 6 principles and procedures of materials development.